Hello. We are here with the Ticia.
No. Oh, that's how I'm going to be introduced every time from now on.
Okay, so we're here with Ticia.
Would you like me to talk now?
Yeah.
Okay. My blog is no refunds, no return, and because I have this thought process that that's kind of how life is. We don't get do-overs. We don't get a start again. We just have to keep going.
Final sale.
Final sale. This is it. We just make it and we change it and we keep going.
If you've got good credit, you can get more, right? Anyway, we're talking about your vlog today for Wise Women Say. Tell us a little bit about, okay, so you told us no refunds, no returns, and what your inspiration was. You see that as your outlook on life?
Pretty much. Just
so no do-overs?
No do-overs. There's nothing I want to do over.
For you?
Was the mommy? I always say a mommy mom. I think you're a mommy when your kids are in, middle school and below, and then you're a mom when they're in high school, and you're a mom when they're older. But at some point you become you. So I don't want to be a mommy again. Been there, done that. I don't want to be the wife to the husband that I had again. I'm going forward. That sounds so negative, and that's not who I am. I'm actually super perky positive.
There's nothing bad about
I
what
just
you're.
want to keep going forward. I want to learn from my mistakes and build on my confidence and be the better me. So no refunds, no returns. So here we go.
That sounds totally fine.
It sounds so amazing.
That
That's
sounds
lightning
good.
that's changing the world.
Mm-hmm. It is. What do you see your no refunds, no returns? Is there like an ultimate goal, or what do you hope to do with it?
Well, I kind of think it's the same with the whole website. It's, I think I'm showing fat. Listen, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I chose, tangent, like y'all know, squirrel. The whole reason I'm doing this is because, I had a really weird few years where I lost, and we'll talk about blogs, where I lost parents, husband cheating, and then my rebound guy that I had, let's say,
Just a little bit. Okay.
the rebound guy that I thought I was in love with.
10 times.
I know. Look, it's like my lip gloss. The rebound guy turned out to be a kind of creeper, and all this kind of stuff. And I went online and I thought, okay, well, self-improvement. And if y'all know, there's Matthew Hussey and there's Jay Shetty and there's all these great people. And there's Rachel.
Rachel Ray?
No, she has the chicks. Anyways, and they're all great, but they're not really speaking to kind of our age group. We're in an age group where we're mommies, like, divorced, single, whatever. So what I want to get from this website, from my blog, reeling it in, is a community, because I couldn't really find one. I went and looked at all these things, and they addressed if you're like 20, or if you're, a millionaire and you can go travel to, Costa Rica and enjoy it, and blah, blah, blah. Nothing to just the average 40-year-old, here we are. I mean, I'm not going to be a fashion blog. I shop at Target, so I'm not really sure how fashionable that is. I don't wear makeup. I'm not going to be teaching how to contour your face. No offense to those that do. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I live on chocolate and wine and cheese, so there will be no cooking or recipes shared. I exercise through yoga, Planet Fitness when I get my ass there, and flapping my gums. So there's no fitness. So my blog is going to just be like, here I am, here we are. Let's hope we connect. Let's have fun. Let's build a community. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. That's great. I just
Yeah,
want to
that's
say,
a lot.
Yeah. Well, for someone who doesn't like makeup, she's my Ulta partner. I just have to always have chocolate involved.
Hi, Connie lives near Ulta. Yeah, we're in Ulta yesterday. We get a candy bar before we go in there. I'm like eating as we walk there. That's mine too. I'm like, okay, I'll go do this with you, but
I need a piece of chocolate.
I would have had a sippy cup of wine if that had been acceptable. But.
Also, I am so close to being diamond. That is sad.
Yeah, I've got platinum. Oh, girl, we'll go there.
I don't know.
She got it out. She was like, I'll buy this eyeliner. No, it's too expensive. I was like, I'll get it.
Yeah, she did. I was like, okay,
$19, no problem. Anyway, back to
yes, back to seriousness.
yeah. So you told us like how to. You're so
I saw the hamster in the wheel fall out of the wheel.
He's still trying to get glad you gave us a little bit of insight as far as.
I gave you a shit ton of insight. I just stopped
shit
talking.
ton.
That was probably like a 2-minute rant.
Okay, and so you told us a little bit about no refunds, no returns, and that's
Yeah,
great.
we beat that horse to death.
Anything in that, because it seems like a lot of different topics can go into that.
I'm going to talk about everything.
Anything off limits?
God, no.
Really?
I will talk about yeast infections if one occurs. I'm not going to.
Listen, yesterday was enough for me, okay?
Hey, I was walking with her.
No, she's talking about the texting, about the pooping. Anyways, yeah.
Nasty
She's
girl.
big into biology by and by. So
My best friend is an anatomy teacher. If I don't learn something from him at some point in our friendship, I think he will think he has failed me. So, you know.
but
So, no, there's
so
nothing.
nothing's on, no.
No, you know, I don't plan on it. I wrote about this on my first blog. I can feel my face getting red. I don't plan on calling anyone out. I don't plan on demonizing anybody. You know, I own my shit. I own my mistakes. The difference between talking about the past and talking about right now is that, you know, I think about the past and I think about how even 3 months ago, and you can attest to this and you can from working with me, 3 months ago there was a confidence level difference, I think. I probably would not have done this if I hadn't just decided, and you're going to hear about this one day or day one, and also if I hadn't kind of had the realization that here I was pining for a boy that didn't know me because I didn't know myself, and didn't want me because I didn't know myself. And so once I started thinking about that, I started realizing that who I've always been and who I am and who I will be is pretty much up to me and not dependent on anyone else. And so I kind of did this thing where I called you all and said, do you want to do this?
She had her
Do you
aha
wanna-"
moment.
I did. Thank you, Oprah. I did though, and so I called you all and I got in touch with you all, and here we are. And so I don't feel that I should have any topics that are not there. I just may not address them openly,
Sure.
but I feel like if anything comes my way and I want to talk about it, well, here's my verbal diarrhea. Enjoy.
What about the men? Not specific men that were in your life per se, but do you have?
I'm waiting for this final sentence. This is going to get me.
No, not at all. This is professional. So what about men? And do you care what they might take away? Should they
Okay. So
tune
we
in?
talked about this. This is where she's getting. So I said, basically, I need to realize that I'm never going to date again because of you're seeing me 100%. And any man that sees this is going to be like, holy shit, that's too much to handle. Or, you know, that's a mixed bag of nuts I'm not willing to, you know, buy.
Or that's the perfect bag of nuts for me.
I love that we're using bag of nuts. We just need to work in balls somehow. But anyways, so I will probably never date again. I'm especially probably not going to ever, like, I don't really care what men think in some ways because this is who I am, but I especially know now that I am the worst judge of character when it comes to dating.
No.
I can pick the greatest men as friends forever, Allie, as forever and ever, and they're still my friends, and you know. But men, I mean, I went from the cheating husband to various dating to someone who finds his worth in someone half his age.
And chicken cutlets.
The chicken breast guy. Yeah, during the hurricane.
Why is it so different for us to be friends with men and then have relationships with them?
Because I think we become weird when we get in relationships.
We expect different things.
Yeah.
When, yeah.
Yeah.
And then not always we expect different, but
Yeah.
they typically want the Barbie doll.
Yeah.
This
In
way.
various whatever
Yeah.
might be
And
perfect.
then you're gonna be mom when we're home, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna be trophy wife.
It is
or whatever.
strange. It is strange. And so, you know, we're talking about men. I don't know if any men will. I would love to see them kind of open up and see some of these things. I probably, again, will be single for the rest of my life now
Yeah.
that I'm laying all this out here.
But,
But that's okay.
But that's okay. Truthfully, I probably should because, again, worst judge of character, cheating husband, dude who gets into girl half his age that's pregnant with somebody else's baby. Like, really? these are the men that I'm choosing.
That's just the god or goddess telling you he's not the one.
It's just the world saying you've got an effed up side here, but let's reel it in. That was prior to me coming into my own and having this and really embracing the creative outlet. And embracing the fact that, my confidence is based on me and what I can do and getting to know myself better. So maybe I'll be a better judge of character.
Sounds good. I think we're all.
Are you really seriously?
I am. It's my daughter. Just telling her I'll hit you back. Okay. Oh, but she was on a date. Oh, but I will.
Okay, so what time are we at? How many?
And from your experiences, your personal experiences, or your personal experiences, anything you're looking forward to discussing, or a little.
I'm looking forward to our trips, our group trips.
Oh yes.
I'm looking forward to reading the next stages, the next vlogs. Every single one of you that have sent something have pretty much contacted me and said you're working on your next part, which I love because I think that means that I chose to ask women that are open, creative, honest, trustworthy, all the things that I feel I am, and I think that's going to build our community. So reeling it back in, I am looking forward to some of our group activities. I think that we have a lot of interesting personalities, but again, all of you, from Noelle to Beth to Hayalis to Megan, all of us, and Fran, and although she goes by Francie, in Indiana, all of us are so eclectic and unique that I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a yoga studio that has agreed to give us our own private session, rent it out to us, actually for nothing. And, that's something that I think would be a lot of fun for us to do from here on out, is these big group sessions where we can just get together and try some new things.
I'm working on my balance.
Yeah, but you fell opposite of the wall, but I'm not going to get into that. We have the pole dancing thing that we're working on.
What?
That we're working on, yes. You're going to do it, Connie. Learning that. We've got, Nico and him coming and helping us. We've got a lot of different things that we can do, and I'm really looking forward to that because I like little mini adventures. The Eye, we're doing the Orlando Eye. Those are things that I'm looking forward to.
There are a lot of great things on the horizon that I'm looking
because
forward
we're
to.
of a certain age where we're not as bendy as we used to be, or we get a little tired past 10 o'clock.
If we can roll back up, we can do it.
Help
me out.
Yeah. There's nothing that we can't do. We just do it a little slower and a little earlier. I think that's
The early bird
right?
special.
Right?
Not my concert. We're staying up all night.
Oh God, Alice's rock concert. Yeah.
Any particular areas that you're concerned about being difficult to talk about? Or?
My parents' death, I think, but that is a huge. Look at me. That is a huge part of making me who I was, and it's also a huge part of kind of who, I was living life puttering through, and all of a sudden that was a moment, well, two separate moments within 13 months that were like, who are you?
Yeah.
So that's going to be one that still even now kind of gets me a little,
Yeah.
But I think that, it'll probably be very cathartic and very good for me to talk a little bit about that because, God, unfortunate as it is we are at an age when you're in your 40s and 50s where we're losing our parents. And so I know for a fact I'm not the only human being who's lost one or both parents.
Yeah.
So, sitting in this room.
Right.
So that's going to be probably the toughest thing. The relationship stuff, the parenting, the friends. I got the friends thing down. Those things just seem natural and easy, but death in general.
Yeah. 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 I think that's going to be a little.
It's tough.
tricky
Being an
for
only
us all.
child, my parents were the first. Well, my Aunt Judy, but that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. I had other family members and it had affected me, but it hadn't changed my life.
Right.
Yeah, so I think death will be the big thing that I'll have an issue with.
And that seems.
I'm gonna have a really hard time talking about my death, but that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Probably on video camera when we're doing this
Yeah.
freaking pole dancing thing or something.
Yeah. Or maybe it's.
That'll bring enlightenment to wise women say. Pole dancer
If I have a
dies.
GoPro strapped to my head when we're jumping out of the plane, it'll be live.
Oh! Did you know that? For her 50th birthday, we're going skydiving.
Who said we?
Good night. No
We
way.
as a university person.
And anyone else we
Anyone
can
else can do.
trick into the
We're
plan.
doing it.
I will hold y'all's purses at the bottom.
Yes. We'll wait.
We'll see. We've got a couple years. We'll see. So is that it? I think I'm
I think
running out of
that's
time.
it. I think that's it. Thank you so
Anything
much for
you
sharing.
peanut gallery want to ask?
Yes.
I regret ever making eye contact with you. Wise woman say.